That mug got the doggone
It is
tackle.
game day. We waited hours for this moment right here. The Chicago Bears take on the Houston Texans. We got Big Kev, Steve-O with me as well. Haize gonna slide in a second. You know we gonna talk about it, break it all down right after this.
Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another pregame show with Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears. If you're tuned in, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that noti bell as well. Gentlemen, it's game day. How we feeling overall, Big Kev? How we feeling overall before don't go into too much detail, but how we feeling overall about the Bears going up against this young, fiery team in the Houston Texans?
Man, bro, honestly don't know how to feel. I really don't know how to feel about
Bro.
this game. Because anything can happen. Like the Bears can come out and shock us and play cohesive football, or they can come out and get their ass whooped on national TV. We're gonna find out though.
How you feeling, Steve-O?
I'm anxious. Like I'm anxious to see everything. I want to see if our defense the real deal because this is a real test to test if our defense the real deal, and if we gonna look like a damn NFL offense, are we gonna finally look like that? But like besides that, overall feeling, I'm just anxious. I'm excited to see what it is. Of course, I'm a little nervous because all eyes on us. It,
Yep.
it, it is what it is. So
Yep.
hey, it's either
Them
buckle up or buckle down.
them lights gonna be bright. But hey, it's looking like when it comes to that injury report, it's looking like we're gonna have some people that's out. One of those guys that's listed as out on the injury report is none other than Vegas Jones. I think everybody on this panel will agree. We can't be mad at the decision. Vegas has had his opportunities. Does all concur?
Yeah, sit down, sit down. It's like
For
his
real.
grandmama tell him, sit down somewhere.
Yeah, and then also Noah Sewell listed is out. Dominique Robinson, Karan Abagaji, and Kari Blasingame is out as well.
Mm.
So it's gonna be an interesting matchup. But let's go ahead and talk about the offense, guys. We got to talk about Caleb. We know that last week wasn't the greatest. There's some things you can pull out from that game that you could say was good, but there's a lot more bad that we can point to when it came to that first game. How we feeling about Caleb, Steve-O?
Um, I ain't feeling too bad about it. Like for the most part, all he read his reads what he needed to do. His decision making was on point. He was just inaccurate, and he was uncharacteristically inaccurate for what we know him to be at USC and what we seen him in Hard Knocks and what he's seen from himself. He said it today in the press conference the day he lost that there was some throws that I make every day out there, and I just missed them. So
Yeah.
yeah, if you get them together, I think he's gonna be it. Like I've been saying, don't put too much on him because I don't necessarily think have to. We got a lot of talent around this squad. We got a run game that we should be using. We got tight ends that we should be using. And we still got wide receiver depth to tap into. So therefore, I say, hey, go out there, throw that pigskin.
Big Cal.
Yeah, I mean, just play the game of football the way you know how to play football. It's that simple. Like the first game is under the books. He claimed he don't get nervous. He looked pretty nervous to me.
Live.
So I'm excited to see if he can go out there and be cool, calm, and collected like he projects himself to be. And you can't be mad at somebody that had that type of confidence. But I tell you this, confidence can shake real quick if you go out there and keep playing like ass. That's just the reality of it. You can look shaky and shakier and shakier till you shake yourself out the league. Number one picks don't hit all the time. We know this already. So it's a lot of pressure on this young man's shoulders. I expect him to go out there and play well today. He got his rookie wide receiver out there with him. He got DJ Moore. I expect him to eat today, and I'm expecting the offensive coordinator Shane Waldron to call more rushing plays, try to get the ball to Cole Kmet, so on and so forth, to make it easy on the young fella. Because I think they really tried to get him going in a way that they didn't really need to last week. Let the team let it come organically for Caleb Williams.
I agree with you on that point because after watching the game against the Houston Texans, I say if the Bears want to get off to a great start, you got to attack the middle of the defensive line. Now, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know who do. Do you trust DeAndre Swift to kind of carry that load, or do you trust Khalil Herbert to carry that load? But I believe the Bears if they want to have something to take advantage of, you want to take care of or at least attack the A gaps, and more so the B gaps, versus trying to bounce it outside with those two great edge rushers that they have. So schematically, I hope that they do that, and hopefully, honestly, I hope we see more under center stuff, more 12 personnel stuff. You know what I'm saying? Getting the tight ends involved, especially. Did we find out about Keenan Allen yet?
Keenan's out, if I'm not
Out.
So
mistaken.
yeah, so since he's out, I say, hey, it's time to eat. Let your big guys eat, and also you utilize DJ Moore and Roman, be effective in different ways.
Agreed.
For sure. How y'all looking at the Texans offense though, bro? I think they got some explosion over there. I told people when you watch the film, I gave y'all some homework. I ain't see nobody really respond to it. But one of the keys that I see from the offense from the Houston Texans, or the things that you really got to watch out for, is when they need to pick up some yards, they run it behind the best lineman that they got. That's Laramie Tunsil. They run it to that left side. They're going to run behind them. And if they need that 2 yards, that 3 yard, that 1 yard, they running behind them, and you got to stop them. And then when we talk about the wide receivers that they got all around there, it's going to be a lot of matchups that the Bears going to have to worry about in that regard.
Yeah, like it's gonna be a very heavy linebacker game and D line game, in my opinion. Like we're gonna have to get pressure and we're gonna have to secure them outside lines, like you said, because we know the threat mixing is, and we already know dominantly wise on this D line, they ain't getting up that middle. Now we have had some trouble when they bounce out to that left, which, like I said, that linebacker got to sniff that out because we do run zone, so majority of them time they backing up. So you got to pay attention. And like I said, if we seen this scouting report, we know damn sure you seen it in a scouting report. So don't second guess yourself. Read and play fast.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see what this defense can do against this offense. The reality is, this offense is really good. They got weapons on every level. C.J. Stroud came in and hit the ground running last season. We already know that Caleb Williams is going to be compared to him all season long in terms of expectations. We know what Mixon's capable of. He did it in Cincinnati for years. Now he's over there taking care of business in Houston. We know their receivers are strong. We know that the offensive coordinator is going to do some exotic stuff, try to confuse this defense. I just want them to stay home, bend but don't break. Don't let them score 40 points on you tonight, because you got to stay close to give the our offense a chance as well.
Absolutely, man. And I think it's just, to me, it's gonna be based off like who's gonna be able to take advantage of the matchups. But let's switch over to the defensive side. Now, this is one of the matchups I think that we all really gonna be excited to see. We talking about our secondary versus their wide receivers, bro. I believe that's going to be one of the most exciting things that we're going to be able to watch today. When we talk about their receivers, we talking about Nico Collins, Tank Dell, Stephon Diggs, mixing out of the backfield. I think Dalton Schultz is dealing with a little bit of injury. I'm not seeing him on the injury report, but those are their receivers, and they all work well together. And we talking about our backfield, we know who we got: Brisker, Bayard, Kyler Gordon, Stevenson, and Jalen Johnson ready to go. Big Kev, talk about that matchup, though.
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a tough night at the office for the defense, man. Like, they got to get some takeaways. That's really, and they got to get pressure on C.J. Stroud. They gave up, I believe, 3 sacks last week in their first matchup. So the Bears got an opportunity to get some sacks, for some early throws. That's really how we won the game last year, is because our defense stepped up, got the takeaways in the second half. But we need a complete game from our defense. It was hard on them because the offense wasn't really doing anything, so they were on the field a lot in that first half. But at the end of the day, no excuses. These guys are going to be ready to carve up. They in Houston. They at the crib. The crowd going to be ready. It's going to be a lot of Chicago fans out there too. We've been seeing it all week on social media. So can we get our Chicago fans lathered up and ready for a good game? So I'm expecting the defense to be solid regardless. That's the strength of our team. We said it before the season even started, that our defense is going to have to carry us to some early season wins, and they're going to have to do the same thing tonight.
Sure. Yeah. To me, in order to win this game, I don't need my defense not to just be solid. I need them to be good. And the reason I say I need them to be good is because the way we play, and we try to get turnovers, and that's a lot of guessing sometimes, and when a lot of gambles. And with this core, with the weapons they have, there's a house call waiting to happen. So we know with this team, they try to go on shootouts with anybody. So in my opinion, your best bet is try to keep them under 24 points because if
Yep.
they get a past that, it's gonna be a very difficult game to win. And what we have against our advantage is this is probably the worst. This is probably the first real official defense where there's problems of on all levels compared to what they had to deal with last week. So it, at the end, I know we expecting a lot from our offense tonight, which I am. Don't get me misconstrued, but the defense got to make a statement tonight because of the offense that they bring.
I think that's a great point though too, because when you hear Jalen Johnson talk, he don't just talk like, you know what I'm saying, like they don't want to be those guys. He's making it clear that he want Muggs to know who the Chicago Bears is coming in. You even had Tyreek Stevenson on the K Adams show talking greasy, saying it's a no-fly zone when they check in with the Chicago Bears. Ain't no TSA. Y'all talking greasy now. And y'all know that, hey, we gonna back you if you're gonna talk greasy, but you gotta go and do something. So Steve-O, I believe that's a great point, especially if guys starting to do this, and we seen Brisker do it, you know what I'm saying? It was more so towards the Packers, but a lot of guys be talking. This is your opportunity right here, because the Bears always make a fool of themselves when the lights are bright, bro.
Yeah, it's been a minute, man. Not since the Lovie Smith days have we really had consistent, prime time play from our guys, man. So we're gonna need to see it tonight. And it's more. The talk is over. The game's starting in 30 minutes. The talk is over. Go out there and show and prove. And I think our defense is capable, though. Like, I think they're capable of taking care of business versus this team, regardless of who they got on the other side. Because we know what our defense does, man. They go out there and they play hard for 60 minutes. And I'm expecting them to do it again tonight. Like, I don't expect them to get blew out. I don't expect the Bears to go out there. And like I said earlier when we first started, like, it could happen. It's just based on, like, Caleb Williams didn't have no turnovers last week. We can't expect him to go no turnovers all season, you know. He wasn't turnover prone in college in terms of throwing the ball. He does have some fumble issues, but if the Bears lose the turnover battle, it's a wrap. That's the real thing right now. They got to win the turnover battle for sure.
For sure, Steve-O, when I was watching the Houston Colts game, I was peeping, like, I believe the weak spot on the offensive line is their interior O-line. It could be said that interior O-line is, the problem for a lot of teams, but I see that's where they are most vulnerable at, and probably more so their right tackle. So for me, I was saying that this game has to be dictated by Javon Dexter and DeMarcus Walker, Andrew Billings. I'm talking about the big guys in the middle, bro. They got to control that off of the trenches to allow the other guys on the edges to eat. How you feel about that take, bro?
It's going to be like that it's almost like the opposite for the offensive side, because that's what I was thinking. I was going to correlate this. Funny you said that, because I was going to, like, the tackles on our side got a big day, and the interior on the defense side got a big day because they can eat right there. And like on their side, Texas can eat on our tackles if they wanted to, and on our interior.
Yeah.
So, like, it is what it is. So, but like I think our best bet is Billings. Either Billings, Walker, Sweat having a good day. Me, I watched too much tape on it, and I'm sticking on it. Walker need to be interior. The best reps, the best time we get is interior. So if the rotation tonight should be Billings, Walker, Billings, Walker, Billings, Walker, and rotate whatever D tackle outside of that. Whether it's of course Javon's gonna get his role as well. But outside of Javon, it should be Billings, Walker.
For real. I'm with you on that. Hit the likes, you pussies. Shout out to Shannon Green. And shout out to Anthony for the super chat. He asked the question, how do you guys feel about the Bears playing primetime after a rough week 1 outing? Do you think they will elevate their play in primetime? I say, hey, we gonna find out. What I do know is that the Bears have lost 7 straight games in primetime. So I don't know. I hope it's better.
It's funny that Shannon say pussy, because I was just about to say it's to show if you pussy or not. Are you gonna? Last week was last week. Offense, Caleb. Are you gonna be pussy and come out playing like a pussy on national team? Or are you gonna come out and go guns blazing? Because if you gonna be that dude, You gonna have to forget weeks and come out firing like nothing happened.
That's a fact.
That's the reality of it, man. Like it's only week 2, so like I can't put too much stake in the prime time aspect of
For
it.
sure.
If this were like halfway through the season, then I could have a better grasp on what this team is capable of overall. So it's prime time, but it's week 2. You don't have much tape on either side, but I do expect Caleb Williams to be better. I expect the offense to be better than less than 150 yards. I expect Shane Waldron to be better than what he was doing last week, even though people didn't want to say that he was calling poor plays. I just feel like he wasn't calling the right plays in the right situations on 2nd and 3, 3rd and short, so on and so forth. So it's just one of them things, man. The Bears have a lot of work to do tonight, but they can get this win. It's not like Houston is unbeatable. They're beatable. They bleed just like us.
Hey, that mean the Bears got to put on a show. That's just what it means. And I think that is gonna come to what Steve-O spoke to earlier. The defense got to make a statement. That's what it's gonna come down to. And the offense can't blow nothing. You gotta help the rest of the team, bro.
I just know this nigga coming to
For
say
sure.
something about the darkness. I'm just anticipating it. He ain't finna scare me today, nigga. I feel it. Come on, nigga. Get it over.
But hey, all right, Big Kev, who you looking for on the offense? Who you think gonna shine on the offensive side of the Chicago Bears ball?
Right now, who I think is going to shine, or who I need to shine, is the running backs. Just period. It needs to be running backs, tight ends. We talked about it earlier. The middle of the field. The Bears are going to have to attack the middle of the field. They also going to have to run the ball. Last week they gave up on the run. I think the Bears averaged like 6 yards per carry or something like that at some point in the game, and they just stopped going to the run. So that's the reality of it, man. The wide receivers, DJ Moore, I expect him to get off, but I really, really want to see Shane Waldron call a good running game today.
Who you got for the offense, big guy?
It's the same thing. Run the ball. Just don't make things more difficult on your QB. Chill out with the empty set. Call it at the right time. Set plays up. Play chest out there. Set them up for the second half. And just be deliberate with your game plan and your play calling.
For sure. I'm with you on that. I think that's the most important thing. I think last week we seen Shane Waldron look unorganized, for a lack of a better word. I kind of get what he was trying to do, but it was just like the organization of it just didn't make 100% sense to me. But for this week, I'm looking at the interior O-line, bro. Y'all got to make sure y'all good to go. Y'all got whooped last week. Show how resilient y'all are. If y'all are resilient, put that on wax and let us see what's gonna happen. Now for the defensive side, guys, I think this is a Javon Dexter game. I think this is an Andrew Billings game. I don't necessarily think it's gonna come down to a bunch of stats for these guys. But if the Bears want to pull off this upset win, they have to be dominant. And I mean that mostly in the run game. You got to make those guys one dimensional. And then for the offensive side, bro, you gotta help your defense. You gotta help your defense. Who y'all looking at on the defensive side though?
What are they talking about? Can y'all see us? They saying what happened? Why did the other one cut off? Hopefully they still can see us. Defensively, I want to see the defensive line get more than 3 sacks. I want to see them pressure the quarterback, make those guys rush. I'm looking at Tyreek Stevenson again. Defensive player of the week, I believe, in the NFC, if I'm not mistaken. I would like to see him do it again. I remember last season when he started off as a rookie, he had a lot of pass interferences, a lot of close calls. Now he's a veteran in his 2nd year, and he's going to be one of the leaders on this defense. Jalen Johnson as well. Let's see if he can continue to be that shutdown over at his side. But again, I got the defensive line as what I'm watching today because they got to get pressure on the quarterback.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm going with Sweat. Sweat had pretty much a fairly quiet outing last game, so I'm expecting him to have a bigger impact. Any one of the D tackles, I feel like either of them, all 3, 4 of them, can make a tremendous impact during this game, especially like you said. I just don't think they interior linemen can hang with our interior D linemen. So that's one thing. And I got confidence in this whole secondary. I've been noting to say that I feel like this secondary is already better than the 2018 one. So I
Oh
wish
yeah,
that
I
nigga would
agree
have a
with
good
you on
game.
that one. I agree with you on that one. I'm
Yeah.
with you on that. And honestly, right now with some of the games, like I ain't really think because a lot of people had the New York Jets defensive secondary better than the Bears, and today they was a little. I don't know. I couldn't say that they had one of those.
They're overrated.
To me, the only real motherfucker on that secondary that's nice like that is Sauce.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you.
You name somebody Sauce though. You got to be nice.
But he better. You heard what happened when he got drafted over there. Oh, the real. So shit.
That motherfucker might be the Anthony Edwards of the NFL.
Really?
Think about it.
Maybe.
The
Maybe.
confidence.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, he younger. He ain't been in the league as long as Ant, but like it's almost similar. The kids gravitate to him. Even the older people kind of gravitate to him. So
For sure. My man's Vern in the building. He said, question, I don't think the primetime games are a concern, to be honest. That record is past history. I think this time shit will finally be different so that that record is irrelevant. Would y'all agree?
Again, I said it earlier. It's too early in the season for it to even matter either way. Like both
Yeah.
of these teams are still trying to find their footing. But yeah, last season, the seasons before, that's ancient history. We got a different team. We got a different quarterback. We got different players out there. They don't care about the record. They're not thinking about the record. It ain't in the back of their minds. They worried about this game tonight, and
Fair
that's
enough.
it. It's just a game.
Fair enough. Big Rail said, who's covering Stephon Diggs? Yeah, I think it's gonna be a split between them, or you think, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't really travel that much. That's what we kind of
They
know. They
play
kind of
zone.
stay on their side. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Who y'all
yeah.
think gonna see the bulk of Stephon Diggs though?
It better be Jalen. If it's gonna be anybody, puts a
Yeah,
shutdown
Jalen.
on him.
I mean,
I
but
put
if you Bobby
Jalen.
Slowick, is you gonna go with the bigger guy, Nico Collins, over Jalen Johnson to try to see if you can get an advantage over that?
I'm confident putting Tyreek on Nico. Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I mean Tyreek is the bigger corner,
Okay,
so it makes more sense that way.
for sure. Understood. Well, shit, y'all know what time it is, fellas. What's gonna happen? Are the Bears finna get this dub? We got score predictions. Steve-O, you the first man up, bro. Yes. How you feeling? Is there a chance? Is there a chance, ladies and gentlemen?
27-23 Bears.
Whoa, my man's got the upset.
I'ma say that.
Big Kev.
I hope I'm wrong, but I'm going 27-17 Texans.
Woo.
It's a road game, man. It's a road
I'm with
game. Offense didn't look too good last week. They learning on the fly. It's going to be a hostile environment. Hopefully I'm wrong, though. I got the Texans winning, though.
I get it. I like the Texans. I think they're another team. But when the fuck these niggas became KC?
They
These
haven't.
niggas been good for a year and a half, barely.
Not even a year and a half.
Not even a year, barely not even a year. Like
Yeah.
I just not like they gotta prove it that they're consistently wrong. Because like I said, yeah,
The
you got
Bears
the
got to show
W,
me that
but
they can play offense before I can start
I mean I
saying.
feel that,
Yeah.
but like you let fucking Indy put 24 points on your ass.
Yeah, but Indy got probably a better offensive line than us, too. Because that's my biggest concern,
I
really.
couldn't
Is
tell today.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell today.
You right.
Shit.
You right about that. But our offensive line just scares me, bro. Like they just don't really have. So
Yeah.
it's like if Caleb Williams is running for his life again, you know what I'm saying? I just don't see it. So like that's why I'm giving the edge to the Texans right now until our offense can show us that they can put some points on the board besides field goals and 2-point conversions. Go ahead, Bobby, though. My bad.
Bro, these scores.
Y'all crazy.
Wow.
First of all, I think this is about to be a low. I ain't gonna say low, but I don't think it's touching the 30s. If it touched the 30s, this bitch busting and it's a shoe out.
I love it.
I'm gonna be drugged.
You feel me?
Something telling me in my head, look, man, I didn't battle with this decision for the whole entire week because when I watch these guys play against the Colts, I see a beatable team.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is where I'm stuck at is when I gotta think logically. The Bears offense ain't showed me nothing.
Mhm.
That's the problem.
That's it.
That's the problem. So I hope I'm wrong, but I'm going 24-21 Texans.
Mm-hmm.
They win, and they
I take
squeak
it.
out of there. They squeak out of there. But the Bears, they I don't really want to go into the more victory side of things, but they will learn some lessons from this game for sure. My man's Akuma in a building. Appreciate the super chat. 28-17 Bears defense will have 3 interceptions and a pick 6. Hold on, that's 4 interceptions. Hold on. What we doing?
No, one of those 3 is gonna be a pick
What
6.
up?
What they're saying.
Okay, cool. Got you.
I'm about to say, is Zach playing quarterback? The fuck?
Bro. For real, man. That's crazy. But hey, we definitely gonna see y'all in the live chat coming up here soon. Don't forget to come in and show out. This is the live call that we are gonna have in collaboration with DraftKings. Share this with your mama's mama. Get ready and cheer on the Chicago Bears and see if we can pull out an upset. I don't know. We shall see though. Make sure y'all hit that like button before you go. Subscribe to the channel before you go. And we all get ready. Chi-Town up and bear down, baby. We getting ready to turn up.